minutes. Hello and good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to Bill Gray Legion Stadium at Champion Car Wash Field here in beautiful Roseburg, Oregon, as we get ready to go for Game 2 of today's doubleheader between the Umpqua Riverhawks and the Big Bend Vikings. Game 1 goes down to the wire. A ninth-inning run for Big Bend gets them a 4-3 victory on top of the Riverhawks to start out today's doubleheader in this 4-game weekend series. Game 2 is just about to get underway as we get ready for the second game of the day. Let's go ahead and take a look at our starting lineup for the visiting Big Bend Vikings. Leading things off is going to be Ricky Leon Guerrero, the second baseman, followed by right fielder Riley Doig. JT Penrod, the first baseman, will be batting third, followed by Dallas Bowler, the DH, batting in the cleanup spot for the starting pitcher, Garen Gertler. And the 5 spot is Oak Held, the left fielder, followed by Roman Basurdo, the center fielder, batting 6th. Hitting 7th and starting at shortstop is Cameron Fleck. Kaysen Bleckert, the third baseman, will bat 8th. And new into the game here for Game 2 is Blaine McDonald, who will be catching here today. That's really pretty much the only change we have from Game 1 for head coach Chase Tunstall in his 4th year at the helm for the Vikings. Only making a slight adjustment to his roster for Game 2. For the Umpqua Riverhawks in Game 2 of this doubleheader, out on the mound is going to be Jordan Leonardson. Leonardson will get the start. He is a right-hander out of Scottsdale, Arizona. Horizon High School last year for the Riverhawks, made 12 appearances. Started 7 games, had a 2-5 record, 47 and a third innings worked. He had a 3.23 ERA, 18 walks, 41 strikeouts. And he will be on the mound to start things off for the Riverhawks here in Game 2. Back behind the plate for Game 2, it's going to be a freshman, Jeremiah Robbins, getting the start. He's the nephew of former coach Jeremiah Robbins for the Umpqua Riverhawks. Taking a look around the rest of the defense here for the Riverhawks, at first base is Cole Stoddard. Second base, you've got Jackson Thompson for a second game. He was there to start in Game 2. That's the same right side. On the left side of the diamond, at third base is a freshman, Daniel Withers, out of Roseburg here over at Umpqua Valley Christian is where he played his high school days here in town. At shortstop again, Noah Cox. In the outfield from left to right, it's Ryland Heckman in left, Tristan Schaefer in center, and the new man in right field is going to be, that is Ryson Wa'alani, a sophomore out of Hawaii. And that is a look at our starting lineups for today's game as we get ready for the top of the first, Game 2 of our doubleheader, coming up here on Riverhawks TV. So Big Bend starts out the season 1-0 with a comeback 9th inning victory against the Riverhawks in Game 1. Now they try to see if they can sweep the doubleheader to start out this 4-game series here today. On the mound, the first pitch from Leonardson is in for a strike, and we're underway here in Game 2. So no 1 count to start. Leonardson, the big right-hander, will miss low and outside, a 1-1 count as he faces Ricky Leon Guerrero II. He had the RBI single in the 9th inning of Game 1 that drove in the go-ahead and what proved to be game-winning run. And he is going to wear one off the front arm as that pitch gets away from Leonardson, who's got a little bit of velocity, it looks like. But that ball gets away from him and rides inside to Ricky Leon Guerrero, who started Game 1 by getting on base with a catcher's interference, and now he gets hit by a pitch to start Game 2. 1 on, nobody out. And it'll be Riley Doig that will stand in, the right fielder. Game 1 for Doig, 3 walks, went 0 for 2, did score a run. He will dig into the box here. Leonardson out of the stretch, delivers outside for ball 1. Welcome everybody back here for Game 2. Our new broadcast started and underway, so hopefully everybody has found it, been able to locate everything on Riverhawk TV. Strike called, 1-1. What is easy is to make sure that you hit the subscribe button as you are watching here in the second game of our doubleheader, and that way you'll get notifications when we go live for another broadcast of Riverhawks baseball. Ball fouled away, back for strike two, and other UCC sports going on as well. Basketball, and I assume that they will have some sort of broadcast stuff going on for the softball games going on over there, so a lot of stuff to put together and a lot of opportunities to follow the Umpqua Riverhawks here on Riverhawk TV. Breaking ball, strike three called. And there's one away as Riley Doig goes down looking. Leonardson will have his first strikeout here in 2025. One away.
Now batting number 31, J.T. Penrod.
Appreciate all the kind words we've been getting about the broadcast here for 2025. Happy to be a part of some improvements going on with the broadcast stream. As the ball fouled down the left field side for the left-handed hitting J.T. Penrod, the first baseman. It's exciting to kind of get a chance to be a part of some college athletics, as well as get a chance to be a part of kind of helping improve and bring things along here for the Riverhawks baseball broadcast. Low and inside, 1-1 count. So if you've got thanks you want to send out, you can make sure you direct them towards head coach Jacob Whistler and athletic director Craig Jackson, who are helping make this process and all of this possible. Pickoff move to first, got away. Everybody stays put. And by everybody, I just mean Ricky Leon Guerrero over at first base, who was sliding back into the bag with the pickoff move. The ball didn't quite get away enough. Ball belted towards center field. Long run. Sliding attempt gets away from the center fielder. And Tristan Schaefer made a sliding feet first attempt. Could not get underneath that one off the glove. And it'll end up being a double for Penrod. Up to third base goes Guerrero. And here early on, Big Ben with their bats going. They are threatening to put some runs on the board here in the first inning, much like they did in game one. First hit of the ball game there for the Vikings. Up to bat will be Dallas Bowler, the DH and cleanup hitter. The infield will play in with just one out. Strike taken, an off-speed pitch. Looked like a slider to me, but I don't always do the best job of picking up pitches up here in the booth. 0-1 count. Called a strike on the inner half, up just below the letters. Leonardson quickly gets to an 0-2 count against Bowler. Check swing. That ball carries outside. On appeal, no, he didn't go around. Infield pulled in. You've got Withers at third, Cox at short. On the right side, Thompson at second, Stoddard at first. Nobody on at first. The runners at second and third with one away. Ground ball goes to shortstop, looking the runner back. Easy toss over to Stoddard, and Cox will get the put out against Dallas Bowler. And there's two down. That's a big one there. The infield can relax a bit, drop back in their defensive stance. As the five-hitter Oak Held will stand in. He did have an RBI in game one. He watches a pitch go across at the knees for a strike. A little bit of movement on that one. The 0-1 pitch fouled away. Oh, 2 count. Out of the windup here for Leonardson with runners at second and third. The 0-2 pitch outside. Jordan Leonardson, the right-hander, trying to work through a little bit of trouble here in the first inning and keep it scoreless, and he will. Right down at the knees, strike three, froze the hitter, and they'll leave two runners stranded on base. Nice comeback there for Jordan Leonardson as Oak Held goes down looking. Two strikeouts, both backwards Ks there in the top half of the first for Jordan Leonardson. No runs on one hit, no errors, 2 men left on base for the Vikings. We go to the bottom of the first inning. It's still scoreless here on Riverhawks TV.
Starting defensively for the Vikings. Over right field, number 37, Riley Doig. In center field is Roman Basarto. In left field, number 11, O'Kell. Playing third base, number 5, Jason Blecker. At shortstop, number 2, Cameron Fleck. At second base is number 7, Ricky Leon Guerrero. At first base, number 31, JT Penrod. Behind the plate, number 1, Blaine McDonald. And the starting pitcher, number 12, Garen Gertler. The designated hitter will be in the number 4 spot, number 25, Dallas Bowles.
As we get ready for the bottom of the first, let's go ahead and take a look at your starting lineup for head coach Jacob Whistler and the Umpqua Riverhawks. Their batting lineup will have Aiden O'Malley, the DH, leading things off, followed by Tristan Schaefer in center field. The first baseman, Cole Stoddard, bats third, followed by Noah Cox in the cleanup spot, starting at shortstop. The left fielder, Rylan Heckman, will bat fifth, followed by Ryson Alani, our first time seeing him in the lineup here today. He's in right field. Jeremiah Robbins, first time for him batting this season. He'll be at catcher for game 2. Daniel Withers, also his first start. He is at third base hitting 8th. And Jackson Thompson, the second baseman, makes his second start of the season. That is a look at your starting lineup for the Umpqua Riverhawks. On the mound for the Big Bend Vikings is Garen Gertler, who will get the start. And he will wind and fire. The right-hander delivers a strike, and we are underway in the bottom of the first. Aiden O'Malley at the plate. Finished with a hit in game 1. Kind of struggled to find ways on base in the opener early. The 0-1 pitch is in the air. That ball is going to get out of play. And that'll quickly go to an 0-2 count here for Aiden O'Malley. On the mound, Gertler. Last year as a freshman, made 12 appearances. Gets a swing and a miss as he starts out well with strike 3 there. Down on strikes goes Aiden O'Malley. Gertler last year
now batting number 7, Tristan Schaefer.
Had 12 appearances. All of them were starts. He was 4-7 on the mound in 61 innings of work. As Tristan Schaefer swing and might have got a piece of it. Pops out of the glove for the catcher. Either way, it is strike 1. Just outside for a 1-1 count here for Schaefer. 55 strikeouts, 23 walks, a 4.57 ERA for Gertler last year as a freshman. The 1-1 pitch outside and low. So he got a lot of work a year ago, 61 innings. And took some lumps as a freshman, but, man, his strikeout to walk numbers are pretty good. About 2-1. A little better than that. He misses there to make it a 3-1 count here against Tristan Schaefer. We'll tell you about the defense for the Vikings in a moment. There's ball 4. Let's go ahead and do it right now. Behind the plate here in game 2, Blaine McDonald getting the start there. Out at first base is Penrod. Second base, Guerrero. On the left side of the infield, it's Bleckert at third, and it is Fleck at short. In the outfield from left to right, Held, Basurdo, and Doig, your starting defensive alignment for the Big Bend Vikings. The lefty, Cole Stoddard, will bat with 1 on and 1 out after the walk issued to Tristan Schaefer. Fouled away on the first pitch for strike 1 to Stoddard. Walks were definitely a bit of an issue in game 1 for the Vikings pitching staff, but they were able to minimize the damage, didn't let the Riverhawks do too much with those walks and those runners on base. The Riverhawks had runners on in 8 of the 9 innings in the first game and really couldn't capitalize on a lot of those chances. Pitch fouled off, strike 2 for Stoddard. Oh, 2 count for the lefty Cole Stoddard. Grounds one left side. It's in and out of the glove of the third baseman. Recovers, throws to first on the run and cannot get it there in time. Schaefer so quick, was going to make that a tough play at second base no matter what. But that ball popping out of the glove for Bleckert at third. Got back to it quickly. Tried to sidearm it across the diamond. But Cole Stoddard beats out the throw. And that'll go down as an error at third base. A ball in the glove for Bleckert. And just could not field it cleanly in and out of the webbing. Still 1 out, 2 runners on. Riverhawks looking to try and take advantage and make up for missed opportunities in game 1. They led a majority of it, but they did trail 1-0 early. So had to come back early, led a majority of that game. It was tied multiple times throughout that game 1 as well. And then it was the Vikings who capitalized on a throwing error in the 9th inning to bring home the go-ahead run and put the pressure on the Riverhawks. First and second with 1 out. The delivery is fouled away. A 1-1 count now for Noah Cox, the shortstop. One pitch for Garen Gertler. Strike called. And it's a 1-2 count. Gertler out of Yakima, went to East Valley High School, listed at 6'2", 220 pounds. He's got a muscular frame out there as he delivers in. Gets a chopper third base side out of Noah Cox. Stays a 1-2 count. This Big Bend team was excited to bring back guys like Dylan Schaefer and Garen Gertler from last year, the trio, those two, part of a trio that ate up most of the innings last year for this Viking squad. Another ball fouled away, along with Brendan McKinley, who we have not seen as of yet. Schaefer and Gertler, the three combined for 168 innings and had a combined 3.74 ERA as freshmen last year. So far we've seen 2 of those 3. Dylan Schaefer didn't last long in game 1. Out of the bullpen, Cole McKinnon did a great job in the opener. The 1-2 pitch, high, 2-2. Waiting on deck, Rylan Heckman, the left-handed hitting left fielder. Two-two delivery. Bounces off the plate. Here in the bottom of the first, it's a scoreless ball game so far, and you've got runners on first and second for Umpqua. A walk and then an error have put 2 runners on. 3-2 pitch for Gertler. Kicks and pitches home. That ball is hit to the aptly named Newell Family Hitting Facility. And the count will stay full. So the full count here with 1 out and 2 on. Pickoff move to second base without a slide. Back in safely goes Schaefer. It wasn't that far from the bag, so I say without a slide. I just don't know if he really had the room to try and initiate a slide as he got back to the bag. But he gets back in safely, just ahead of a tag from Guerrero. The 3-2 pitch from Gertler. It's a high chopper towards short. Going to take some time. Only plays going to first. They'll get the out there. But because that ball off of this springy infield, and look, I've watched a lot of games here, that is a tough play because you think about it as a middle infielder. You think, okay, I got a chance to maybe try and turn two here. Or you think you got time to be able to get the ball on a nice high hop and get it over to first. But it'll take some time coming down with a big hop off that first bounce off the turf. And it can really rush an infielder to try and have to make a throw across the diamond or try to initiate the start of a double play. And on that one there for Cox, that high hop kept them out of a double play. He does move both runners up. Second and third with two away. First pitch misses outside to the lefty Heckman. And I just don't know if there's really much that an infielder can do on that. You got to wait for that ball to come down. If you charge it, it doesn't help you. You're not going to catch it any earlier. The ball fouled back to the backstop. 1-1 count. So for Fleck out there, I don't know if there was anything he could have done to try and play that any better than he did. It's just the nature of this artificial turf that definitely has a little bit of a spring to it that sometimes will send those balls off the turf and high into the air. And he made the most of what he could, getting the out at first. Runners at second and third with two down, trying to keep this game scoreless. Gertler misses, and the count goes in favor of the hitter, Heckman. 2 balls and a strike. The 2-1 swung on, big cut on that 2-1 offering for Heckman. Couldn't connect with it on the outer half for the lefty. And he's got himself a 2-2 count with runners at second and third. The lead runner is Tristan Schaefer. Behind the plate, McDonald has got to make sure he does not let something get by. Schaefer with his speed, likely a chance to try and score if the ball goes to the backstop. Check swing, fouled away. Check swing was not in favor of the Riverhawks in game one. There's Noah Cox, who had that check swing dribbler down the first base side that ended the ball game. The 2-2 pitch now for Gertler, trying to get through this first inning. He's facing his fifth batter. And he will finish it off with a strikeout. Frozen on the outside corner. That strikeout finishes things here in the bottom of the first. Second strikeout in the game for Gertler. Riverhawks can't put anything on the board. No runs, no hits. There was one error and 2 runners left on base. Both teams leave a couple of runners on in the first. We're still scoreless as we head to the top of the second here on Riverhawks TV.
For the Riverhawks in the first inning, no runs scored. There were no hits, 1 error, 2 runners left on base. First batter for the Vikings, number 22, Roman Basarto.
Roman Basarto will lead things off for the Vikings as we get things started here in the top of the second. He takes strike 1. Roman Basarto 0 for 3 in game 1. Reached on an error in the ninth and actually scored the game-winning run. He'll get around on an inside pitch, pulls it out to left field where Rylan Heckman is there for the catch to retire the first batter here in the second.
The next batter, number 2, Cameron Fleck.
Cameron Fleck, Kaysen Bleckert, the next 2 batters due up here in this second inning. against Jordan Leonardson out on the mound. The right-hander will kick and deliver right down the middle for a strike. 0-1 pitch. A little elevated, 1-1. Game 1, UCC left 11 men on base in that matchup. Be curious how they did with runners on in scoring position. The ball popped up in the air, playable on the infield. Looks like it'll be the right side. Jackson Thompson waiting, taps his glove on his leg as he waits for that ball to come down and makes the catch. There's 2 away. So Cameron Fleck flies out on the infield, and Kaysen Bleckert will bat. He takes the first pitch low.
Now batting Kaysen Bleckert.
The third baseman had the error in the first inning. First error of the season for the Vikings. He'll take low outer half. Sun poked through for a little bit. It was first, when we went to that break in between games, it was dark here at the stadium. I thought, boy, it feels like rain is coming. As the 2-0 pitch, comebacker gets right up the middle for a base hit for Kaysen Bleckert. Makes up for the error in the infield with a base hit single. Right back up the middle in his first at-bat here in Game 2. Bleckert was 0 for 4 in Game 1, so he has his first hit of the season. Puts a man on at first with 2 down. The 9-hitter is Blaine McDonald. The catcher bats left-handed. Swings away at the first pitch. Fouls it off for strike 1. Thought we might be seeing the chance for some rain coming through with how dark the clouds were, and it really felt dark here at the stadium. They have not turned the lights on at all. That's probably one of the next big upgrades they plan on making here at Champion Car Wash Field. There's a breaking ball in for a called strikeout or half to the lefty. But the sun did poke through for a little while. Clouds have covered things back up again as we are making our way through the afternoon here. 0-2 pitch here from Leonardson with 2 out and 1 on. Got him handcuffed, lifted softly up the middle, caught behind second by the shortstop, Noah Cox. And that finishes off the second inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 man left on base. Still scoreless here as we go to the bottom of the second. This is UCC Baseball on Riverhawk TV.
For the Vikings in the second inning, no runs scored on 1 hit. There were no errors, 1 runner left on base. First batter for the Riverhawks, number 10, Ryson Wa'alani.
We'll start off the bottom of the second with Ryson Wa'alani, his first at-bat of the season. Takes a strike, starting in right field here in Game 2. Wa'alani, Jeremiah Robbins, and Daniel Withers, your 3 batters due up here in the second, all of them making their first appearance of the year. Strike taken, an 0-2 count quickly for Wa'alani. Trying to just fill in all the gaps on my scorebook from Game 1. have that all complete in my book here. Is a ground ball up the middle for Wa'alani. On the charge, the run and throw for the shortstop, Cameron Fleck. He'll make the put out to get Wa'alani to start things here in game 2, second inning. It is Jeremiah Robbins, the catcher, who will bat. Same name. He is the nephew of the former head coach here at UCC, Jeremiah Robbins. First pitch swinging. He hits one right field, and his family, who's always in attendance, will be happy here as that one rolls to the right field corner. Robbins rounding into second. He will take a look to his coach at third, and he's in with a stand-up double with one out here in the second. His family is always here. I've got plenty of stories about Jeremiah Robbins and that clan, but a double down the right field side there for Robbins to get things going here in the second inning. Second double of the twin bill here today for the Riverhawks. And up to bat now is going to be Daniel Withers. Goes by Boone if you talk to the right people. He has the same name as his grandfather, Dan Withers, who has ties to this UCC baseball program. So because they've got the same name, nickname of Boone. Breaking ball low on the 0-1 pitch to Withers. Jeremiah Robbins out at second base after his double. He's out at North Medford High School, freshman year for him here. Daniel Withers, another kind of local product. Medford, somewhat regionally local. Daniel Withers out of Roseburg, out of Umpqua Valley Christian School out in Dixonville. They played their home games here at this stadium as well. As I told you before, the stadium gets a lot of use during the spring season. You've got UCC, Roseburg, and Umpqua Valley Christian all playing home games here. And then during the summer, 4 different American Legion programs at times play here. There's a 2-1 pitch. In on the hands, fouled away. You've got a AAA program, 2 single A's, and they've had a developmental team here lately for American Legion baseball during the summer. So this place, starting now and going forward, will be hopping for the next couple of months. 2-2 pitch for Daniel Withers with Jeremiah Robbins at second. Pitch in the dirt. Robbins watching intently from second will retreat back to the bag. Jeremiah Robbins out of North Medford. I was jokingly saying with his family that is here that I can't seem to escape that guy. I've been calling his game since he was a freshman at North Medford High School ages ago now. Swing and a miss. Chasing some high heat there for Withers. He goes down with a strikeout in his first at-bat in a Riverhawks uniform. Third strikeout in the game for Gertler.
16,
2 down. Jackson Thompson, the night hitter, will stand in. But Robbins got time as a freshman at North Medford, called games when they would play against Roseburg High School, our local team here. American Legion baseball during the summer. He was a part of that for many, many years. It's a ground ball for Thompson. Rolls it over to second base. Guerrero there. Throws to first. And a one-out double goes for naught for the Riverhawks here in the second. But they do get their first hit in the ball game. A double by Jeremiah Robbins. His first hit in a Riverhawks uniform. We'll go to the top of the third. It's still scoreless. No runs, 1 hit. There were no errors, and 1 man left on base for UCC. We continue things here from Champion Car Wash Field in Roseburg. It's scoreless between Umpqua and Big Bend here on Riverhawk TV.
First batter for the Vikings to lead off the top of the third inning, number 7, Ricky Leon Guerrero.
And we head to the top of the third. It's the top of the order. Ricky Leon Guerrero, the second, takes strike one. He started out the first inning with a hit-by-pitch against Jordan Leonardson, who's out there into his third inning of work. Gets a fly ball to right field. Ryson Alani out there, backtracking a little bit out into kind of average depth right field to make that catch.
37, Riley Doig.
One away. Golf carts going by out in the distance at Stewart Park Golf Course. Not necessarily a great day for golf, I would imagine. At least it's dry. I can't imagine the course. It's probably a little bit damp in some areas. 1-0 count for Riley Doig. He'll take a strike, a 1-1 count. Doig struck out looking in the first inning. The right fielder 1-1 delivery coming up here from Leonardson. Swing and a miss out in front on a curveball. Got fooled there. He liked the pitch, went after it hard, but got fooled, was way out in front. Has himself a 1-2 count. Leonardson towing the first base side of the rubber, will miss low. Scooped out behind the plate by Robbins. The 2-2 pitch. And there's another hit batter. And that one right in the rib cage for Riley Doig. Top of the order has now been plunked twice. The leadoff man, Guerrero, and now the second hitter, Doig. And that one sounded like it probably stung a bit, especially in this cooler temperatures. Those ones will sting. And down, stretching out a little bit, Doig down at first base, stretching out. And will take his lead. 1 out, 1 on. JT Penrod, the first baseman, had a double his first time up. First extra base hit for the Vikings this season. He takes in the dirt. Had a double out to the alley in left center. Sliding attempt by Tristan Schaefer, just couldn't quite come up with it. That ball fouled off. Tried to get a big rip at it. Penrod just behind. It was a good effort by Schaefer. Just came up a little bit short of gloving that fly ball to center field. And so Penrod ended up at second base with that knock. But he was left stranded there as Leonardson was able to get a ground out and a strikeout to finish things off in the first. Strike called against Penrod, gives him a 1-2 count. A 1-2 delivery here for Leonardson. A soft liner towards second. The runner was going, a chance to double him off. There we go, double play, and that'll finish things off here in the top of the third. A double play for the Riverhawks. A soft liner to short with the runner taking off from first. And he had no time to try and get back in time as Penrod, a soft liner for the second out, and Doig caught off the bag. Gets doubled off by Noah Cox. So they make up for the hit batter and get a double play to finish things here in the top of the third. It remains a scoreless ball game. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base for Big Ben. Bottom of the third coming up here from Roseburg, Oregon, and from Champion Car Wash Field here on Riverhawk TV.
First batter for the Riverhawks to lead off the bottom of the third inning, designated hitter Aiden O'Malley.
Aiden O'Malley will get the chance to start things here in the third inning. Both teams going through 9 hitters through the first 2 innings of play. So the top of the order leading things off in the third inning for both sides. Aiden O'Malley, 1-0 count as the first pitch high and inside. Chops it one and sends it down the third base line, but it just is into foul territory as it goes by the bag. O'Malley struck out a couple of times in game one, did have a walk. Finally came through with a base knock in his final at-bat, led off the ninth inning with the Riverhawks trailing by one with a single. Ended up at third, but was left stranded there. He swings through for strike two and finds himself down 1-2 here in this at-bat. Top of the order, O'Malley, Schaefer, Stoddard due up here against Garen Gertler. The 1-2 pitch is low. Gertler, told you, out of Yakima. Gets a swing and a miss for strike three as he gets the top of the order here. Right-handed pitcher, he bats left-handed, but I don't expect we're going to be seeing him hit here today. Gets his second strikeout against O'Malley. That is the fourth punch out in the game for the hurler for Big Bend. Ball hit right side, but it's playing shallow, almost over the head of Doig out in right field. Two down is Tristan Schaefer slapping one right field. Lines out. Out there in right field, Doig was playing way in. Almost too far in. He didn't backpedal much. Reached up and grabbed that one. If he was maybe a little shorter, that might have had a chance to get over his glove. And that would have been dangerous, especially with Schaefer's speed. If he could have gotten that just a little bit higher over the top of the right fielder playing so shallow, that could have rolled to the wall, and he could have been going for quite some time. Strike called to start for Cole Stoddard, the lefty. Stands in and takes one in the dirt. The Umpqua Riverhawks wearing the white jerseys here today. White tops, white trousers, pinstripes. Black numbers on the back of the jerseys. Black stirrup socks for everybody. A lot of the dugout up on that top rail wearing their jackets on a cold day here. Strike taken on the inside corner by Stoddard. A lot of long sleeves underneath the jersey tops for many guys. 55 degrees right now in Roseburg. As a ball hit towards center field will get in. A base hit for Stoddard, his second time on, reaching on an error the first time. He'll get a base hit here as a comebacker up the middle. Line drive into shallow center field. And with a two-out single, the Riverhawks have a man at first. And that'll bring up the cleanup man, Noah Cox. Stoddard in game one did have a hit, was 1 for 3. He's now make that 2 for 5 on the season. He's scored twice. He's been on base, let's see, 5 times so far in 7 plate appearances. First pitch was fouled off for strike one to Noah Cox, who grounded out to short to be the second out in the first inning. 0-1 delivery here for Gertler. Breaking balls, a beauty, right down the middle. Slicing through the strike zone, giving an 0-2 count to the right-hander on the mound. Gertler a couple of checks at first before he comes set. Over there is Stoddard. Not a big lead. The 0-2 pitch bounces. Stoddard puts the brakes on, back to the bag. Games coming up tomorrow. We've got a pair of games for you. Hopefully the weather will cooperate enough to get them both in. A 9-inning and then a 7-inning ball game to wrap up the 4-game series on the weekend. The 1-2 pitch in the air right side. Shallow right field, but it should be playable. Giving way the second baseman as Doig will come in and make that catch and finish things off here in the third for the Riverhawks. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 man left on base. Both teams with a pair of hits in this one, but so far nobody's been able to break through against these starting pitchers. So we'll go to the 4th inning. It's still scoreless here on Riverhawk TV.
First batter for the Vikings.
And we head to the top of the fourth inning. Joey Keyran here with you on Riverhawk TV. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in for our season opener. Game 1, a 4-3 victory for Big Bend, scoring in the ninth inning for a comeback victory. Getting a win. They went 0-4 against the Umpqua Riverhawks to start out the season last year. Big Bend starting things a little bit differently. Hey, you made the 7-hour trip to get down here. You might as well try to get a win or two, right? And they started off on the right foot with a victory in the opener here today. Sun starting to break through a little bit. Foul ball on the first pitch for Dallas Bowler. Went off the mask for Jeremiah Robbins, the home plate umpire, giving him a moment to shake the cobwebs off there. And now back to action. The 0-1 pitch inside, a 1-1 count. Dallas Bowler was out at first after grounding out to shortstop back in the first inning. He's got a 1-1 count. Off the hands, fouls it away into the netting behind home for strike 2. It's been a good crowd showing up here today, and people kind of keep filtering in and out throughout this one. But a nice section of folks here to catch some Riverhawks baseball today. Great to see. Check swing. Did he go around? No, he did not. Pitch carries outside. 2-2 the count for Bowler. Shadow starting to creep out from behind home. 2-2 pitch. Just off the edge of the plate, maybe a little low. Behind the dish, Jeremiah Robbins trying to frame that one on that corner. Does not get the call. 3-2 pitch here for Bowler, leadoff man in the fourth. Off the hands again. It's a grounder to first. Taken to the bag himself is Cole Stoddard. He'll make the put out. Start things off here in the fourth inning. One away. It is President's Day weekend. Come out and join us for some baseball tomorrow. 11 o'clock, game 1. 2 o'clock, game 2. And then on Monday, don't forget to check out the Umpqua Riverhawks men's and women's basketball games out at UCC as they take on the Clark Penguins. Foul ball off the front foot there for Oak Held, and that one stung a bit for him, it looks like. UCC men and women are going to be taking on the Clark Penguins. That'll be on Monday. The women tip off at 2. The men will start at 4 o'clock. So some more UCC sports action going on over the extended weekend for many folks. 0-1 pitch is in the air, right side, fouled away for strike 2. Oak Held, a returning all-East region player for this Vikings squad. Game 1, he was 0-4. Did have an RBI ground out in the first inning. So he did get an RBI, but did not collect a hit in that first game. 0-2. The count. Leonardson missing outside with his breaking ball. And the Umpqua Riverhawks, they're back here tomorrow for 2 more games against Big Bend, and then back here at home next weekend as well. 1-2 pitch. Missing low. It's going to be a lot of home games, so if you couldn't make it out and you're maybe tuning in wherever you may be here today to watch this one, if you couldn't make it out here for this one, there's going to be plenty of opportunities coming up here early on in the season. Outside, count goes full. Great to see baseball back up and going here at Champion Car Wash Field. Been broadcasting here in the area for a long time, and this is always some of my favorite times of the year is when we're here at the ballpark. Pitch is up in the hit up in the air, right side into foul territory. Alani makes the catch in foul territory, and that's got a young fan in the first base side bleachers up on his feet cheering on the Riverhawks. Great to see. Enjoy the enthusiasm. And there are 2 down with nobody on base. First pitch in for a strike right around the belt buckle on the inner half there for Roman Basurdo. You might be wondering, there's a pitch in the dirt, 1-1. See how much, you can't really see the bullpens on the wide angle view, but the fence goes beyond the dugouts down each side. As a ball lifted in the air. This could be playable behind home. Tossing away the mask. Jeremiah Robbins makes the catch. And And that is a 1-2-3 inning for Jordan Leonardson. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. So we will head to the bottom of the fourth inning, still scoreless between these two clubs. 2 hits apiece for both sides. I'll continue my thought here because I don't have to take commercial breaks like I do on the radio side. Down each side, the right field line, the left field line. The fence line ends eventually, and the bullpens are kind of open, and they technically are in play. So if a ball is hit, a foul ball that direction, like the last one where Ryson Alani made that play, kind of went stumbling into the UCC bullpen down the right field side. That is fair I mean, that's playable territory. It is within the play area of play. And so this field can really play big out there, especially in the foul territory. And the apron in front of both dugouts is definitely a lot of space out there as well. That's why pickoff moves here at this ballpark. Pitcher's got to be on top of that. Haven't seen a lot of moves to first base in this one. College game has a little bit different than the high school game where I've been calling games for a long time. But if you pick off to first and you miss, there's a lot of space out there, and there's a lot of times that runners are getting not only 1 but sometimes 2 bases out of an errant throw over to first base.
First batter for the Riverhawks, the leadoff.
We go to the top of the, make that the bottom of the fourth inning. And the Umpqua Riverhawks in a scoreless 0-0 tie will have Ryland Heckman, Ryson Alani, and Jeremiah Robbins due up against Garen Gertler, who has been throwing well. He gets a check swing held up. Heckman does not go around. Now the appeal to first. No, he did not go around, so it'll be ball 1. Heckman, the left-handed batter, kind of started his swing but laid off on a breaking ball that ended up low. The 1-0 pitch gets underneath one here, high in the air down the left field side, not very deep towards the line, and the catch made by Oak Held out there in left field. And that is the first out here in the bottom of the fourth.
Number 10, Ryson Alani.
1 away. Ryson Alani will bat 0 for 1 in the game with a ground out to short. He hits one sharply right side. One bounce and a diving stop by Guerrero at second, and he throws to first in time for the put out. What a snag on the defensive side there for
the next batter, number 8, Jeremiah Robbins.
For Ricky Leon Guerrero, made a heck of a stab on that ball. First pitch. Misses for ball 1. I mean, this is quite the defensive play here by the second baseman. One hop, snagged it off the turf, got from his backside, able to throw to first in time. Swinging a foul ball for Jeremiah Robbins, the catcher. He's got himself a 1-1 count. He had a double down the right field line his last time up. That has not affected the way the Vikings will play him defensively. The 1-1 pitch bounces in the dirt. Out in right field, Doig is playing. He was in shallow. He's backing up a little bit now, but he's not necessarily shifted towards the line at all. So they don't expect that Jeremiah Robbins is going to repeat the base hit that he had back in the second, and he doesn't. He pulls this one down the third base side foul. 2-2 count with 2 away and nobody on base here in the fourth inning for the Riverhawks. Two delivery for Gertler. Out in front of the breaking ball, sends it to his own dugout there for Robbins. One hop over the fence, barehanded by some guys down there. These dugouts are packed pretty full here at the college level with the number of guys you have on a roster. 2-2 delivery, and the breaking ball low. Hearing rumors that maybe they might add a kind of a front porch area to the dugouts. Add another fence line to allow guys kind of a chance to stand up on the top level. And then you've got space in the dugout and up on the top level as well. Frozen at the plate. Robbins goes down looking. And that is the third out here in the bottom of the 4th. Strikeout number 5 on the day for Garen Gertler. And we will head to the 5th inning. Neither team able to break through as of now. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on base for the Riverhawks. 5th inning coming up next here on Riverhawk TV.
First batter for the Vikings to lead off the top of the 5th inning, number 2, Cameron Fleck.
Cameron Fleck is going to start things off for the Vikings here in the 5th inning. 7, 8, 9 hitters coming up. Big Ben getting the 4-3 win in Game 1 of our doubleheader. Game 2, scoreless through the first 4. Ground ball foul. And it's quickly 0-2 here for Fleck, who flew out to the second baseman back in the 2nd inning for his 1 at-bat so far here in Game 2. Fleck in Game 1 was 0 for 4. Check swing. Goes foul first base side. On the mound, Jordan Leonardson so far. He has pitched 4 innings. He's got just 2 strikeouts. He's allowed 2 hits. He has a comebacker knocked down. He'll get back to it. Throw to first in time. Getting Fleck. That comebacker not hit super hard. Back to the mound. And Leonardson got his glove on that one. Knocked it down. It trickled back behind the mound. He was able to chase it down and get it in time to throw out the runner at first. 1 away, high and inside, ball 1. Kason Bleckert, the third baseman, 1 for 1 in the game. We're here in the 5th, and just the second at-bat for some of these guys is pretty good. 1-1 count with 1 out, nobody on after a foul ball. I should say pretty good for the pitching staffs, not great for the hitters that they're only getting their second at-bat here in the 5th inning. Outside, 2-1 count. Jeremiah Robbins runs back to the plate. He's got stuff on both of his wrists. I thought the team was going to be using some player communication devices as a pitch high and inside, 3-1. I was talking with Coach Whistler earlier in the week, and he was describing that they've got some devices that allow guys to wear it on their wrist that will let them know pitches that are being called. As that one misses low for ball 4. Didn't miss by much, but a 5-pitch walk issued to Kason Bleckert. He's on base for a second time, and that is the first walk allowed for Jordan Leonardson. Now he has beamed a couple of batters. The top 2 hitters in the lineup have both been on with a hit by pitch. The 9-hitter, Blaine McDonald, the catcher, will stand in. Bats with 1 on and 1 out, and the first pitch is ripped foul down the third base line. A 1 count to start for McDonald. So I was expecting that they would have these electronic devices that they can monitor what pitch is being called for the guys when they're out there on defense, what they want them to do when they're batting. As the pitch is in the dirt, knocked down by Robbins, and up to second base is going to go Bleckert. It'll go down as a wild pitch. 1-1 count as Bleckert moves to second. That ball in the dirt, knocked down by Robbins, but not fielded cleanly. And then he might have maybe been a little slow getting to the baseball as it trickled away, but he might not have had a chance to get Bleckert either way. Ball fouled off to the parking lot. Strike 2 for Blaine McDonald. 1-2 count with one away and a man at second. Well, the guys, it looks as if Robbins is looking to the dugout for the pitch call and the pitch selection instead of maybe looking at his wrist for that. So maybe they're still working to get that up and running. High and away, 2-2. Two-two count with a man at second base. The 9-hitter McDonald on to bat, the left-handed hitter. 3-2 pitch. It's ball 4. So runners at first and second with one away. That is back-to-back walks issued for Leonardson. There has been some activity going on in the bullpen for UCC. The guy throwing, I couldn't see, was shielded by the bleachers over there, so couldn't tell you who it was. The pitch misses for ball 1 to the leadoff man, Ricky Leon Guerrero. On the first base side for the Riverhawks, the bullpen pitcher throws to the right field corner. There's a strike taken, inner corner, up at the belt buckle. So for the UCC bullpen, the pitchers are kind of usually blocked out by the bullpen or by the bleachers because they're throwing closer to the bleachers towards the right field corner. The ball chopped off the plate. It's going to bounce up the middle. Only play is going to be to first base. They will get the out there, 2 down. Guerrero will ground out to Noah Cox. But both runners move up 90 feet. Runners at second and third with 2 down.
The next batter, number 37,
and it'll bring up Riley Doig, who was 0 for 1, was hit by a pitch his last time up. Meanwhile, on the other side, the left field side for the visiting team, swing and a miss, strike 1. The pitchers are closer to the left field corner, and they throw back towards the dugout. So you got a real easy view of the guys over that direction. You can usually scout who's warming up and getting ready to possibly come into a ball game. The 0-1 pitch, check swing. Did he go around? Yeah, that is the call. Strike 2. Doig, I don't think, agreed with that call, but digs back in either way. And Jordan Leonardson is on the verge of trying to get through this 5th inning and keeping this one scoreless. There it is, a breaking ball for strike 3. Pull the cord, and at the plate, Doig, he's not really going to believe that one. It looked good from up here, and that will finish off things in the top of the 5th inning. It remains a scoreless ball game here in the 5th inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, 2 men left on, a pair of walks, putting runners on base for the Vikings. That is the 3rd strikeout in the game for Jordan Leonardson. And we're still scoreless as we go to the bottom of the 5th here on Riverhawk TV.
First batter for the Riverhawks to lead off the bottom of the 5th inning, number 30, Daniel Withers.
Well, it's been a quiet one here in Game 2. Not a lot of offense as of yet. And on the mound, continuing to throw, Garen Gertler. We'll start out the bottom of the 5th against Daniel Withers. Boone takes strike 1. He is 0 for 1 in the game, struck out swinging back in the 2nd. I was talking with some of the guys up here that are in the booth working the game day operations, but on the team. As the pitch bounces in, 1-1 count for Withers. Apparently the wristband communication technology that they are going to be using this year is still in delivery, so not here just yet, but that'll be the future of what's to come this year. They seem to be excited about it up here in the booth. It seems really cool. As someone that used to play, and I'm sure there's probably plenty of people out there that used to play the sport of baseball, maybe still involved in stuff somehow, not having to memorize signals from your third base coach, man, that would have made life a lot easier as a high schooler that has a really shoddy memory. Pitch misses, 3-1 count for Withers. That, of course, is the level I made it through as my high school career. 3-1 pitch, grounded foul, 3-2. It's going to be fun once we get into more of the season here coming up. Once we get into the South region for the Riverhawks, the Mount Hood Community College baseball program is led by my former freshman baseball coach in high school, Corey Keir, out there leading the Saints. That'll be fun to see them here. Well, Daniel Withers, he's not that far removed from his high school playing career, and he comes up with his first hit of the season as he pulls one through the left side of the infield. Got jammed a little bit, but was able to muscle that one into left field. A leadoff single for the Riverhawks, first base runner they've had since the third inning. One on, nobody out, and it'll be Jackson Thompson to try and see if he can keep things moving. Withers, decent lead over at first. Squaring to bunt, and that ball fouled off. It clips the catcher all the way to the backstop. Strike one. The catcher, Blaine McDonald, will take a moment to walk around. Out at first base, Withers, I'm not going to call him slow. He's got some speed out there. He's got enough speed to be able to try and set up something for the Riverhawks to do here on this scenario with nobody out. He got off the base a bit too far, throw down to first. They're going to call him out. That's a tough call there. Withers not fast enough, just as I was talking about him being quick enough out there. Doesn't get back to the bag, was hoping for a bunt out of Thompson. He didn't lay it down. He's got an 0-2 count, and the bases are empty with one away. Out of the windup for Gertler. And that pitch hits him in the back of the helmet. And that stings. And it also hurts after the pickoff at first base after those bunt attempts. But Thompson finds his way on, getting hit by a pitch. Unfortunately, it doesn't put two runners on base. So Thompson, hit by a pitch, takes his trip down to first. Doesn't seem as if that ball off the back of his helmet affected anything for him. He was able to trot down to first pretty quickly. One away after Withers picked off on that sac bunt attempt. Thompson back in, sliding head first on a pickoff move. Top of the order, Aiden O'Malley, 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. Swings away at the first pitch for strike one. O'Malley, a sophomore on this team out of Victory Christian High School in Tulsa. The 0-1 pitch to him. Hits one towards third, backing up. Bleckert goes to second for one. Relay to first will not be in time. A full-on stretch at first base by Penrod. He basically did the splits there. Didn't buy him any time on trying to turn that two. They were not going to get O'Malley on that one.
Now batting number 7, Tristan.
Two down. The Riverhawks still just have a runner at first base. O'Malley, a fielder's choice on the ground ball to third. Thompson out at second, 5-4. It'll be Tristan Schaefer to bat, and he takes a strike. Schaefer walked in the first inning, was stranded at third, flew out to right field last time. Had a bunt single for a hit in the fourth of game one. His first hit in a Riverhawk uniform, and looking to try and get his second. Runner going, ground ball to third. Bleckert fields, throws, and that'll wrap up the fifth inning. The Riverhawks started things strong with a base hit for Daniel Withers, but it kind of went downhill from there here in the 5th inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 man left on base. And we are through 5 innings of play, and nobody's been able to break the goose egg. We go to the 6th, and it is still scoreless here on Riverhawk TV.
A reminder to the fans out here that tomorrow we will be playing these two teams again, but the game time start is at 11 o'clock tomorrow. 11 o'clock tomorrow.
Back here for the top of the 6th inning. First pitch misses, ball 1, as we get a new man on the mound for the Riverhawks. High and inside, a 2-0 count. It is Hunter Robinson who has taken over on the bump for Jordan Leonardson, who goes 5 innings of work. A 2-0 delivery to JT Penrod. He takes for a strike. Penrod at 1 for 2 today. Lined out to short his last time up, a soft liner that ended up being an inning-ending double play. 2-1 delivery. Ground ball hit hard to second. In front of it. Throw over to first base. Therefore, Jackson Thompson. And there's 1 away.
That was JT Penrod with the
Dallas Bowler will bat 0 for 2 today.
Now batting Dallas Bowler.
First pitch, strike 1 for Hunter Robinson against Bowler, the 4-hitter in the lineup. Oh, 1 pitch for Hunter. Off speed, got him out in front on the front foot. Couldn't slow down the barrel of the bat. Bowler, big cut, strike 2. Hunter Robinson, I meant to ask. I know they're related. As a swing and a miss. Throw down to first base will be there in time. Strike him out. And the throw down to first for good measure. Hunter Robinson will get his first punch out of the season. 2 down, and it'll bring up Oakheld. I want to say they're twins. Hunter and Logan Robinson. Logan starting in game 1. They're both out of Canby High School. They're both sophomores. First pitch, strike 1. We'll confirm in between innings here. 6 appearances last year for Hunter Robinson. Did not record a win or a loss. 10 2/3 innings, a 5.91 ERA. 6 walks, 6 strikeouts in his time. Missing outside, 1-1. Hunter and Logan both winning an American Legion Baseball state championship here in Oregon back in 2023 as part of the Portland Barbers. That was the first state championship for the Barbers in their American Legion Baseball history back in 2023. 2-1 count. With 2 down and nobody on, ball slapped foul into the Riverhawks bullpen down the right field side. That'll even up the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Baseball season brings about thoughts of summertime, nice weather, hanging out at the ballpark, enjoying a game, and getting some rays, and you look around right now, people are wearing their winter parkas, got beanies and stocking caps on. Yeah, not quite the look of baseball season that you'd like, but it is what it is here in the state of Oregon and in the Pacific Northwest for those out of Big Bend up there in Moses Lake, Washington. 2-2 pitch. Ooh, just misses. Doesn't get the call there. Robbins was ready to head to the dugout. He has to settle back in behind the plate as he looks to the dugout for the 3-2 pitch. He gets the call from the dugout. The delivery is fouled away once again. Stays full count. Three balls, two strikes against Oak Held, the left fielder. 0 for 2 in this game. Stands in with 2 outs and nobody on base. Hunter Robinson delivers and misses for ball 4. Riverhawks thought they had gotten out of that inning with a strike 3 call that wasn't made, and now they will have to hang out a little longer as Oak Held finds his way on base for the first time here in this one. A walk with 2 outs. First walk issued for Hunter Robinson. Third walk in the game for the Riverhawks pitching staff. Throw over to first base, not quite in time. Roman Basurdo bats with 2 down and 1 on. Takes at the top of the zone for strike 1. He is 0 for 2 today. A couple of fly ball outs. 1 to left field and 1 to the catcher. The 0-1 pitch for Robinson. Breaking ball misses. We're here in the top of the 6th inning. Still a scoreless ball game. 2 hits in the game for the Vikings. 3 hits in the game for the Riverhawks. 1-1 pitch for Robinson. Misses with his fastball. He's got kind of a violent motion there. A herky-jerky front leg kick as he delivers to the plate. Comes set out of the stretch. Just kind of really kicks that leg out there on that front foot, delivering to the plate. Maybe not so herky-jerky, but just kind of a real strong kick to the plate for him. 3-1 delivery with 2 down. At first base is Oak Held. Drawing a walk. He takes off running. The pitch is high for ball 4. Back-to-back walks with 2 outs here in the 6th inning. And the Vikings have one of their better scoring chances in the ball game. They had a couple of walks in the 5th inning that allowed them to get runners to 2nd and 3rd. They've got a couple of walks here in the 6th inning, and they've got runners at 1st and 2nd. Pitch is popped up. Foul territory, first base side, and everybody running out of space over there. Stoddard goes sliding into the little alcove that's cut out right next to the dugout. There's some space down there. Stoddard went sliding feet first, and Jeremiah Robbins, the catcher, followed him in that direction, but neither able to get to the ball. 0-1 count for Cameron Fleck, the shortstop. Takes in the dirt, a 1-1 count. One ball, 1 strike with 2 down. Hunter Robinson trying to get through this 6th inning. Coming out of the bullpen, he fires in a strike. Took over here at the start of the 6th inning. Jordan Leonardson goes 5 innings, no runs allowed on 2 hits, 2 walks, and he ended up with 3 strikeouts and 2 hit batters. The 1-2 pitch is a breaking ball low, can't get the hitter to chase. Cameron Fleck stands back in. He's 0 for 2. He flew out to to second base and grounded back to the mound. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Riverhawks trying to get out of things here in this 6th inning. Keep this game scoreless. It's been a tight series so far. Swing and a miss. There it is. Big final pitch of the frame for Hunter Robinson. Gets Cameron Fleck to strike out. Second punch out in the frame for Hunter Robinson. Out of the bullpen, he gets the Riverhawks through the top of the sixth. No runs for Big Ben. No hits. No errors for the Riverhawks. 2 men left on base. Go to the bottom of the sixth inning. It's still scoreless between the Riverhawks and the Vikings here on Riverhawk TV.
New pitcher for the Vikings, number 39, Garrison Garten on the mound. First batter for the Riverhawks to lead off the bottom of the sixth inning, number 27, Cole Stoddard.
Well, the Riverhawks will face a new man on the mound as the Vikings go to the bullpen here in the sixth inning, kind of mirroring what the UCC coaching staff has done. Chase Tunstall has handed the baseball to Garrison. Get this right here. I think I stopped writing midway through. It is Garrison Garten. No, I didn't. I wrote it all out. I just couldn't read my own handwriting. 1-1 count for Garten as he faces off against Cole Stoddard, the first baseman. The 1-1 pitch to the lefty is called a strike, a soft breaking ball there on the outside edge. Garrison Garten, a freshman out of Layton, Utah, 6'3", 170 pounds, right-hander, works out of the windup, gets a swing and a miss, bit of a soft throwing breaking ball type of repertoire, it looks like, as of right now for Garrison Garten. He slows things down and gets Cole Stoddard to strike out, lead things off here in the sixth. One away, breaking ball on the outside corner for strike one. And that can definitely be difficult. You mix things up, maybe a hard thrower, bring in a guy that's a little bit less on the velocity and able to hit his spots and throw a breaking ball that is difficult to track, and that can really take some time to adjust to for the hitters at the plate. Looks like the UCC softball team showing up to probably after practice to provide some support here on the opening day of baseball for the Umpqua Riverhawks. Pitch inside, and yes, he went around. Just as I put it up on the scoreboard, they will appeal down to first, and it is a strike on a check swing for Noah Cox. Garten out of his windup, the 1-2. Breaking ball is high. 2-2 count. Again, UCC softball going to be starting its season on the road later this month on the 26th. 2-2 pitch. Ooh. I'm not exactly sure where that got Noah Cox, but it wasn't in a great area no matter where it got him. It might have hit him in the back of the helmet. It might have been up in the upper shoulder blade area. Hopefully not in the neck area. That would have been brutal, but he seems to be all right as he makes his way down to first base pretty easily. And for Garten, that's his first hit batter. Second hit batter for the Riverhawks in this ball game. Riverhawks also got hit by a pitch twice in game one. And the Riverhawks pitchers have hit 2 batters in this game, so that is 6 hit batters total between the 2 pitching staffs here in what is right now 14 and a half innings of work. 0-1 count on a foul ball for Rylan Heckman. Heckman 0 for 2. Flew out to left field last time. Trying to get something going. Riverhawks had a hit in the 5th inning. Couldn't do anything with it. As the pitch misses, ball 1, 1-1. Despite the fact that stocking caps and winter jackets are needed here for today's game, there's a good amount of fans out here to root on the teams. Appreciate that. Nice to see the place filling up. The 1-1 pitch. Heckman takes a strike on the outside corner for the lefty. Ryson Wa'alani waiting on deck, the right fielder. Seeing the new arm on the mound here, Garrison Garten. The 1-2. Reaching, a line drive out towards center field. It is caught. They were not playing very deep. And that'll be the second out. Heckman, there for a moment, I thought he was going to get enough of that one to get it down, but he got a little too much of it. Carries long enough to get out to Basurdo out in center field. 2 down. Back to first base. Goes Noah Cox after getting hit by a pitch. Wa'alani will bat. He is grounded out twice. And he will hit one back to the mound and do it again. Third time, flip to first, and there is your final out. The Riverhawks unable to do anything after a hit batter. They leave one stranded on base. So we have gone through 6 innings, neither team able to break through. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 man left on base for the Riverhawks here in the 6th. And it is still scoreless here in Game 2 of our twin bill between the Big Bend Vikings and the Umpqua Riverhawks.
First batter for the Vikings, number 5, Kason Bleckert.
Starting out the 6th inning with Kason Bleckert leading things off, chipping one into the bleachers down the first base side for strike 1 as we welcome you back here. Not a lot of action in this one, and it's gotten the place kind of, the fans on their hands as they're waiting for something to root for here today. There's a ball fouled away, strike 2. Been a pitcher's duel here in the nightcap of today's twin bill. And somebody's going to have to try to break through it here at some point. The 0-2 pitch from Hunter Robinson is fouled away. Hunter Robinson coming out of the bullpen, taking over in the 6th inning, out for his 2nd inning of work. His 0-2 pitch gets him to swing and miss. And the ball got away. Throw down to first base by Robbins is there in time, and that'll be good for a strikeout. 3rd strikeout for Robinson in his short time on the mound. 1 away. It'll be Blaine McDonald as Bleckert strikes out. 1 down. And it brings up the 9-hitter McDonald. He takes a strike, and Hunter Robinson's out there throwing BBs right now. Oh, 1 delivery. Fouled off for strike 2. Out there on the mound, Robinson faced 5 batters in his first inning of work. Trying to make it a little quicker here. He's already out to an 0-2 count. Can't get at the hitter to chase at some high heat. Count goes to 1-2. McDonald, the 9-hitter, is 0 for 1, walked his last time up. He'll hit a slow roller back to the mound, fielded by Robinson. Underhands it over to Stoddard. There's 2 down.
The next batter, number 7.
Back to the top of the order for the Vikings. It'll be Ricky Guerrero. He is 0 for 2 in this one. Hit by a pitch in the first inning, the only time he's been on base. Almost wears another one. He leans out of the way of the inside pitch up around the letters for ball 1. The Vikings have had runners on base in every inning except for the 3rd and the 4th. That pitch didn't look like it was off the mark by much, but not called a strike. So they've been able to get runners on, some walks helping them out, but they haven't been able to break through. Just the same as the Riverhawks have been unable to do as well. Two-one count. Hunter Robinson kicks and fires, gets a ball popped straight up and out of play back behind home. Right off the wooden roof above us here on the grandstands behind the plate. Here at Champion Car Wash Field. It's been cold and it's been a little dreary looking, but it's been dry and it hasn't been windy, so overall, pretty decent day for baseball compared to what you might normally get this time of year. Three-two pitch. Off the hands into center field. Going to carry enough to get out there. Running catch made by Tristan Schaefer. And that'll retire the leadoff man, Ricky Leon Guerrero. A 1-2-3 frame for Hunter Robinson. We go to the bottom of the 7th. It's time to stretch as we go to the bottom of the 7th inning. Here on Riverhawk TV in a scoreless battle between the Riverhawks and the Vikings.
No hits, no errors, no runners for left on base.
Well, we go to the bottom of the 7th inning, and it is for the Riverhawks. The 7, 8, 9 hitters due up. Jeremiah Robbins, the catcher, leading things off, takes ball 1. He had a double in his first ever at-bat in a Riverhawks uniform back in the 2nd inning. Looking to try and find that stroke again. He's 1 for 2. Struck out his second time up. Takes a breaking ball outside, 2-0 count. Scoreless ball game. Neither starting pitcher, despite both of them going 5 innings, neither one will factor into the decision here today as the offenses couldn't provide a lead for either team. 3-0 count as the pitch missing low and inside against Robbins. The catcher will likely be taking here on a 3-0 pitch. We'll see if the pitcher can deliver a strike, and no, that one's high. 4-pitch walk for Garrison Garton against the 7-hitter, Jeremiah Robbins. So Robbins heads on down to first base. Daniel Withers will stand in. Withers, the third baseman, had his first hit as a Riverhawk. A couple of guys that were high schoolers last year. Withers able to get a single in his second at-bat in the 5th inning. It was his second at-bat of the game. It came in the 5th inning. He didn't bat twice that frame. Squares the bunt here, pushes it first base side a bit strong for strike one. Daniel Withers was able to, got kind of handcuffed a little bit on an inside pitch, was able to muscle it through between short and third back in that fifth inning for that single, but he was picked off on a sac bunt attempt. 0-1 pitch. Now he'll lay down that sac bunt, first base side, picked up by Garton and flipped to first base in time. Perfect execution on the sac bunt for Daniel Withers. And up to second base goes Jeremiah Robbins. One away. Riverhawks have a man in scoring position, trying to manufacture a lead here in the seventh. First time they've had a man in scoring position since all the way back in the second inning. With one away, Garton delivers to the nine-hitter, Jackson Thompson. He's going to roll one up the middle. Shortstop Fleck will make the throw across to first base from out near second. And it's a productive ground out. It does move Robbins up to third, but there's now two down. Top of the order coming up. Can Aiden O'Malley, like he did in game one, find a stroke here late in the ballgame? First time seen, Garrison Garton. He'll take a breaking ball outside. Garrison Garton has not faced Aiden O'Malley or Tristan Schaefer as of yet. Those are the last two guys that will see the new arm out of the bullpen for the first time. And the Riverhawks are hopeful that they'll do it this inning. That would mean things are extending a little bit. Check swing, tried to pull back, couldn't get it. Pickoff throw down to third is not in time. One count. Out of his windup, Garton buries that breaking ball in the dirt. Behind the plate, McDonald doing a good job making sure it does not get away. Two balls and a strike here for the leadoff man, Aiden O'Malley. Out of the windup, Garton delivers one over the plate. It is popped up, foul territory right side and out of play. Makes it a 2-2 count with two down. At third base, Jeremiah Robbins. It's a relatively deep backstop, so pass balls do give a lot of runners an opportunity to at least consider it. The 2-2 pitch, fouled off again. Although I'm trying to remember, when they redid the field, when they put in the artificial turf, they did move the location of home, and I want to say, I'm trying to remember if they pushed it out or if they moved it back. I'm trying to remember now. It's been a couple of years. Swing and a miss, 2-2. A big strikeout to finish things off here in the bottom of the seventh. A strikeout to Aiden O'Malley for Garrison Garton. His second strikeout in the game, and it's a big one. It's the third out here in the seventh inning, leaving a man stranded at third. No runs, no hits, no errors. One man left on. It's been all zeros for 7 innings. We'll keep this one going as we go to the top of the 8th inning. Somebody's going to steal this one late as we continue on with Riverhawks and Vikings on Riverhawk TV. We head to the top of the 8th inning as as we are making our way through game 2 of our doubleheader here from Champion Car Wash Field today. First pitch misses, ball 1, as it's the 2-hitter Riley Doig that is up to bat, and he will take a 2-0 count. 2 balls, no strikes. Doig is 0 for 2 today, hit by a pitch. He struck out twice, but this is his first time facing Hunter Robinson, and Robinson's fallen behind 3-0. Robinson out of his stretch. The right-hander delivers, and on a 3-0 count, Riley Doig is given the green light, and he rips away, but fouls it back to the backstop for strike 1. 3 balls, 1 strike, as the lights are starting to flicker on here at Champion Car Wash Field. The 3-1 pitch. Ooh, perfect spot. Inside corner right above the knees. Called for strike 2, 3-2. The 3-2 pitch. Got him twisted up, fouled off down the first base side. Well, we're hearing from one of the great local coaches here in our areas that has provided a few players that have made their way here to the River Hawks. Is a swing and a miss. Strike 3, top of the zone, and Riley Doig strikes out for a 3rd time in this one, and this is the 4th strikeout for Hunter Robinson in this game. 1 away. It'll be JT Penrod that stands in. Dave York, he's the head coach over at Umpqua Valley Christian, which utilizes this facility as a pop-up straight on the infield for Penrod. It's going to be the 3rd baseman who used to play for Dave York. Daniel Withers makes the catch as he goes up and over the mound to get there. The 3rd baseman makes the grab 2 away as Penrod goes down. But David York chiming in and letting me know they actually moved the home plate back towards the stands by 10 feet when they put the turf in. So he's helping me and my shoddy memory of remembering which direction they moved the plate. I knew they moved it. I just couldn't remember if it was back towards the stands or out towards the outfield a little bit. I thought it was back. Got a new batter here. And the pitch is high. It is going to be Tyler Langer that stands in and bats for the DH Dallas Bowler. 1-1 count. And pitch misses for Robinson. It's a 2-1 count with 2 down and nobody on base. Lights starting to flicker in. So thanks, Coach York, for chiming in. Part of the great coaching staffs that are in the area that produce some pretty great baseball talent. Up the middle, Tyler Langer, in a pinch hit appearance, will pick up a base hit, and that is the first hit since the 2nd inning for the Vikings. So out towards center field, they will bring in a runner for Langer. Coming in to run is going to be Rylan Osbjornson will come in to run. So runner at first after the pinch hitter. 1 on, 1 out. Scoreless ball game here in the top of the 8th. Vikings doing what they can to try and see if they can go to the hotel tonight with 2 wins against the River Hawks to start out this season. That'd be a nice start to the year, going on the road, a long road trip, and picking up a couple of wins. Put you in a good mood. A couple of pickoff throws here for Robinson as he gets ready to face Oak Held. Check swing, in for a strike, popped out of the glove for Robbins, but a called strike, and Robbins goes and collects the baseball quickly, does not allow the pinch runner at first base, Osbjornson, to try and think about going anywhere. Breaking ball called for a strike again, 0-2 count for Oakheld. So already 2 pickoff moves for Hunter Robinson over to first. That means if he were to try and pick off again, he would have to get the runner at first. So you might see a little extra half step out there for Osbjornson. And there, okay, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they waived off some of these rules. I don't know. That's what I thought. I'm trying to learn some of the college rules here. The 0-2 pitch. High, and it bounces out of the glove again for Robbins behind the plate. But again, not enough to allow the runner at first to consider going. A 1-2 count. There's one out. Sorry, make that 2 outs. Runner going, throw down to second base. Not going to get it there in time, in safely. 2-2 count as Oz Bjornsson takes second. Hunter Robinson needs one more strike here against Oak Held. There's a man in scoring position. It's another big moment. There's a pitch outside, 3-2 count. Three-two pitch, a man in scoring position. This game is scored. Every moment, anytime you get a runner in scoring position here late in a scoreless game, it's going to feel a little bit bigger. The 3-2 pitch. Ooh, over the plate, but low, and there's ball 4. So Held will earn his second walk in the game. That is the third walk issued by Hunter Robinson. And it'll put runners at first and second with 2 down. And up to bat is Basurdo. He takes low. Roman Basurdo walked his last time up. That was against Hunter Robinson. Robinson trying to get through the 8th inning here with a scoreless ball game. He's got 2 outs and he gets a strike. Out at second base, you've got the pinch runner, Oz Bjornsson, out there. Got to imagine he's on the bases because they like his speed. So a base hit easily could give the Vikings a lead. It is a base hit out to center field, and it's misplayed by Schaefer. That'll allow the go-ahead run to come in. A 1 hop up off the glove for Schaefer. And they are going to award an extra base for the runner at second due to interference. So it's a 1-0 lead for the Vikings, and they now suddenly have runners at first and third with 2 down. Roman Basurdo comes through with a base hit. That's the second hit here in this 8th inning. And he is able to help produce the go-ahead run here in the 8th inning. Bring up Cameron Fleck with 2 down and runners on the corners. High and inside, ball 1. Oak Held at third base. The 1-0 pitch. Belted high in the air to left field, down the line. Long run out there into foul territory, and the catch will be made by Heckman to finish off the frame. But damage done here in the 8th. 1 run comes in. Now, I would put that as an E8 that allowed that run to score. Interference moved Oak Held to third. So that'll be a base hit for Basurdo, but then the error allows the run to come in to score. So 1 run on 2 hits, 1 UCC error, and 2 men left on base. Go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Once again, the Riverhawks looking to try and come back late as they trail 1-0 against the Vikings here at Champion Car Wash Field on a opening day Saturday here on Riverhawk TV.
First batter for the Riverhawks to lead off the bottom of the 8th inning, number 7, Tristan Schaefer.
It is Tristan Schaefer that'll lead things off for the Riverhawks here in the bottom of the 8th. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Fouled off the first pitch, swings through on the second. Garrison Garten out there on the mound. Now has a lead to try and protect and a win that could be his if he can keep it that direction. The 0-2 pitch against Schaefer, breaking ball is outside. Tristan Schaefer playing in center field. Bobbled that base hit by Basurdo. He might have had a chance. There's no telling what they might have done. It wasn't a ball hit too deep. They might have tried to score. As a ball hit off the plate, goes back to the mound, fielded by Garten. He will throw out Schaefer. One away. The coaching staff for Big Bend might have thought, here's our chance to try and manufacture a run and get something going. They might have tried to send that was Bjornsson. They might have tried to send him even before the bobble, but if he could have, Schaefer could have played that cleanly, might have had a chance to try and make a good throw to the plate to get an out, but knocked off his glove, and when that happens, it was a for sure thing. They were going to be able to send that runner home and get that run. Cole Stoddard at the plate. 0-1 count. He's got a hit in 3 at-bats today. Takes strike 2. He's now watched a couple of strikes go by from Garrison Garten. Just the second time seeing Garten. Stoddard was the first batter to face him back in the 6th inning. Struck out swinging in that at-bat. He's got an 0-2 count to fight off now. He'll take in the dirt. The Riverhawks have the top half of their order coming up here at the moment. See if they can get anything started in a day that has not featured a ton of offense. That ball fouled off. It'll stay a 1-2 count. At first it looked like a swing and a miss and the ball got away, but Stoddard seemed to know from the get-go that he got a piece of it, and the home plate umpire agreed, calling it a dead ball, not a drop strike 3. A 1-2 count. Lifted in the air, foul territory, out of play. Lights starting to come on, starting to take effect, brighten things up for us a bit here at the ballpark. Coming up tomorrow, we've got a pair of games for you. UCC and Big Bend will meet up for the Game 3 and 4 of their series here this weekend. Game 1 at 11, Game 2 at 2 o'clock. Low and inside for Stoddard, and he's worked his way back to a 2-2 count. We'll have those games for you once again coming up tomorrow on Riverhawk TV, so hopefully you'll tune in and join us there for the action. It's been awesome to see everybody tuning in and joining us here today. 2-2 pitch, fouled back. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. On the mound, Garrison Garten will miss low and inside. Cole Stoddard's done a nice job of fighting through this at-bat. Fell behind early, 0-2, and he's been able to work his way now to a full count. Got on with an error in the first inning, a single in the third. He hits one pretty well out towards center field, but it's going to carry right to the center fielder, Basurdo. And there's 2 down. So with 2 away, it'll be Noah Cox to bat. Cox hit by a pitch his last time up. Takes outside. Riverhawks with just 3 hits in this one. Only 4 hits on the other side. Outside, 2 balls and no strikes against the right-handed hitter, Noah Cox. Out of the windup. Fouled back to the netting. Just happened to follow that baseball back home, and there's some folks with a front row seat down there that Well, they might have forgotten there's the fact that there's the netting in front of them that is protective. That ball is popped up. This is playable. It's going to go right side, shallow. Calling off the second baseman. Doig will make the catch out that direction. And that will finish off things here in the bottom of the 8th. So the Riverhawks unable to mount a rally here in the 8th inning. They'll try to do it when they have their final at-bats coming up in the 9th, but now it'll be up to the defense and the pitching staff to try and keep it just a one-run deficit. We are through 8 innings of play. We go to the top of the 9th inning, 1-0. The Vikings from Big Bend Community College in front here on Riverhawk TV.
Number 32, Parker Vant on the mound. First batter for the Vikings.
Well, here we go. The 9th inning action coming up for us here from Champion Car Wash Field in Roseburg, Oregon. It's the visiting Big Bend Vikings that will step up with their 8-9-1 hitters scheduled. First pitch called strike one to Kason Bleckert. On the mound, it's Parker Vent that has taken over for the Riverhawks out of the bullpen. And he lets one get away and rides a bit too far inside. That will hit Bleckert and put him on base. Third hit batter in the game for the Riverhawks pitching staff.
Now batting number 1, Blaine.
So let's see here. Parker Vent out of Coronado High School, Henderson, Nevada. Again, that is a couple of guys on this roster from that location. Blaine McDonald, the 9-hitter, shows a bunt, takes a strike as he looks to try and move the runner at first over and put a little insurance on this scoreboard if he can help move guys around. Parker Vent, a freshman this year, originally committed to Arizona Western out of high school, it looked like, but ends up here with UCC. Pitch high, throw down to first base by Jeremiah Robbins. Bounces into Stoddard, who does a good job of making sure the ball doesn't go by. 1-1 count. Listed at 6'3", 205 pounds. Parker Vent, part of the high school class of 2022. That's a bunt laid down somehow down the first base line, applying the tag. Blaine McDonald racing down the line. I don't know how he got the bat on that ball, but he got the barrel in front of him, dropping the head of the barrel. And it somehow just stayed fair down that first base side. It'll work as a sacrifice bunt as it does move Bleckert to second base. No matter how funky it looked there, it will go down as a sac bunt. One away. High and tight, leaning out of the way. Here's the top of the order, Ricky Leon Guerrero. Guerrero 0 for 3 in this one, hit by a pitch back in the first inning. He'll take ball 2. Two balls, no strikes, 1 out. Out at second base is Bleckert after getting hit by a pitch to start off the frame. Pitch fouled away. Out of play down the right field side. Parker Vent making his first appearance for the Riverhawks this year. Game 2 of the season. Big Ben got a late lead, and they are looking to add to one here. A one-hopper into right field. Throw coming back in. The runner's going to hold at third. That is a base hit for Guerrero, his first here in the game. He's got a single. Up to third base goes Bleckert with just one out. They try not to make the second out at home. They hold him and play conservative here. Put runners on the corners.
Now batting number 37.
That'll bring up Riley Doig. Doig is 0 for 3 in this one with the 3 strikeouts, been hit by a pitch. Second hit of the season for Guerrero. Had a single in his last at-bat in game 1. First pitch, strike 1 to Doig. UCC Riverhawks trying to keep it a 1-0 deficit. They lost game 1 by 1. I think 1-1 the count. They might have called a violation on the hitter. Either way, this ball lifted in the air out towards center field is going to drive in a run as the throw in will not be to anyone in particular by Schaefer. And that allows the tag and score for Bleckert. Sac fly for Doig. Two down, and it's now a 2-run deficit for the Riverhawks. First pitch swinging, a ground ball up the middle, backhanded at second by Thompson, and that will finish things off here in the 9th inning. They get Guerrero at second for the third out. But a lot of work to do here for the Riverhawks as we go to the bottom of the 9th. 1 run comes in the top of the 9th. On 1 hit, there were no errors, and you had 1 runner left on base. So it's 2-0. The Vikings in front of the Riverhawks. We go to the bottom of the 9th inning, and it is going to be the 5, 6, and 7 hitters due up for the Riverhawks, needing to try and put 2 on the board to keep this game going. We'll continue on here from Champion Car Wash Field on Riverhawk TV.
First batter for the Riverhawks to lead off the bottom of the 9th inning, the 14.
All right, Riverhawks fans, here we go. This is what it comes down to. 9th inning. UCC needs a pair of runs to keep this game going. They'll look to Rylan Heckman to try and get it started. He is 0 for 3 in the ball game. Check swing, strike 1. Garrison Garton on the mound. He is in line to get the win if he can keep this lead intact. Swing and a miss for strike 2. Big cut out of Heckman there. It was a run in the top of the 8th inning on an error that got the lead for the Vikings. And they wanted strike 3 there. Breaking ball ends up just low against Heckman. Tough take with 2 strikes against you, but he did, and turns out to be the right decision. The 1-2 pitch. Popped foul. If Garton can finish it off here, it'd be a 4-inning relief appearance for a victory. Starting pitchers both going 5 innings and neither factoring into the decision here tonight. Swing and a miss on the inside breaking ball, and there's strike 3. 1 away, and it'll be Ryson Wa'alani that'll get a chance.
Batter number 10, Ryson Wa'alani.
Third strikeout for Garton in his relief appearance. 1 down. Wa'alani 0 for 3 in the game. Swings through the first pitch. On the mound, Garten out of his windup. Gets a ground ball foul for strike 2. Jeremiah Robbins waits on deck. He had a double in his first at-bat, drew a walk as well. Both times he was left on base in scoring position. The 0-2 pitch. Ooh, that one just somehow missing that front hip for Wa'alani, sophomore out of Hawaii. He's got the 1-2 pitch. Gets underneath one to right field. That'll be playable for Doig. Waits for it to come down into the glove. That is the second out. Down to their final out here in Game 2 of this doubleheader. The Riverhawks on the verge of a pair of losses to start out this 2025 season. I think both these teams had high hopes for this season, and it's definitely starting on the right foot right now for Big Bend. First pitch. Fouled it off himself there for Robbins. Got a good cut on it, just didn't square it up and fouls it off his front leg. 0-1 count, they'll give him a moment. The Umpqua Riverhawks actually starting out the season at number 10 in the NWAC coaches poll. Start the preseason there. The 0-1 pitch. Hit right side. That ball carries enough to get out to Doig out there. And the Big Bend Vikings will wrap up a doubleheader sweep here at Champion Car Wash Field on that fly ball out to right field. They win it 2-0. Riverhawks unable to muster a run here in Game 2 of the Twin Bill. And that will do it for them. They get shut out in the nightcap. And that has the Vikings pumped up and excited about the way their season has started. They are celebrating at home plate as they pick up a win to go to 2-0 to start out the year. And the Riverhawks meeting down behind the first base bag. They will try to regroup as they get a chance to try and even up the series with a pair of wins coming up tomorrow. Final score in this one is 2-0. After a 4-3 win in Game 1 for Big Bend, they rally to get a 2-0 win here in Game 2. For Big Bend, they finish with 2 runs on 5 hits. They commit just the 1 error, and they end up leaving 10 runners on base in this one. For the Riverhawks, no runs on 3 hits. They commit 1 error in this one. And the Riverhawks end up leaving 7 runners on base in this ball game. Getting the win is going to be Garrison Garten, who pitched the final 4 innings out of the bullpen. Garten comes in. He does not give up a hit, no runs. He ended up walking just 1, struck out 3. He did hit 1 batter, but he'll get the win. Garen Gertler pitched the first 5 innings, gets a no decision. For the Riverhawks, taking the loss is going to be Hunter Robinson, who pitched 3 innings. He gave up the go-ahead run to make it 1-0 in the 8th inning. I have it down as an unearned run. I'm the unofficial scorer here, so it could be different if you look up the stats online. Yeah, I'm going to say it's an unearned run, but that's just my opinion. Hunter Robinson, 3 innings, gave up 1 run, unearned on 2 hits, 3 walks, 4 strikeouts, but he takes the loss as he gives up the lead there in the 8th. Parker Vent pitched the final 9th inning. Gets not a part of the decision in this one. He gave up a run, though, on 1 hit. And let's see here. Yep, that'll be it. Taking a look at some of the offensive numbers for us here today. Ricky Leon Guerrero at the top of the order goes 1 for 4, hit by a pitch and a single. Riley Doig was hit by a pitch, struck out 3 times, but had a sac fly in the 9th inning to drive in the insurance run. JT Penrod goes 1 for 5 with a double. Dallas Bowler was 0 for 3, and it was Tyler Langer that came in as a pinch hit appearance in the 8th, and that was big. He got himself on base. They brought in a pinch runner. That was Rylan Osbjornson. He would steal second, got to third, and would score on the ball that was a base hit, then bobbled a bit in the outfield, and I think that bobble might have allowed him to come in to score in that 8th inning. Oak Held goes 0 for 2 with a pair of walks. Roman Basurdo goes 1 for 3 with a walk and a single. Cameron Fleck goes 0 for 4. Kaysen Bleckert was 1 for 2 with a walk, hit by a pitch. He had a single and scored a run. Also had a strikeout. Blaine McDonald was 0 for 2 in the game, had a walk and a sac bunt. For the Riverhawks in this one, Aiden O'Malley 0 for 4 at the top of the order. Tristan Schaefer goes 0 for 3, did get a walk. Cole Stoddard was 1 for 4 with a single. Noah Cox 0 for 3, hit by a pitch. Ryland Heckman 0 for 4. Ryson Alani was 0 for 4. Jeremiah Robbins was 1 for 3 with a double and a walk. Daniel Withers goes 1 for 2 in the game, had a single, strikeout, and a sac bunt. And Jackson Thompson goes 0 for 2, was hit by a pitch. And that is going to do it, folks. It's another win for the Big Bend Vikings as they go to 2-0 to start out this season. And the Riverhawks will go to 0-2. The 4-game series will continue tomorrow with Game 1 of our doubleheader starting at 11 a.m. Game 2 scheduled to start at 2 o'clock. The Game 2 is scheduled to be a 7-inning game, as the getaway game, always a 7-inning one. So that'll be tomorrow. We are expecting maybe a few raindrops throughout the day. Hopefully it's just a few. But we'll see how things go as tomorrow rolls around. But whether they play or not, we'll be here to try and bring you the action. So tune in to Riverhawk TV. We'll have updates on what the plan is tomorrow, depending on the weather. So there you go, folks. Thanks so much for everybody for tuning in and joining us for our first broadcast of the season here on Riverhawk TV. It's been my pleasure. I want to say thank you to Athletic Director Craig Jackson, Head Coach Jacob Whistler for allowing us to bring you, for allowing me to be a part of it and bring you some play-by-play commentary here during this season of Riverhawks baseball. It's been a lot of fun, and appreciate them and their support and the opportunity to do this. Hope you'll join us tomorrow. First pitch coming up at 11 a.m. for Game 1 of a doubleheader here from Champion Car Wash Field. So thanks, everybody, for tuning in. Without you, I'm just a guy sitting here talking to myself. I'm Joey Kieran. We'll do it tomorrow on Riverhawk TV. Good night, everybody.